Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Chances are many of you are probably a little tired of flipping through these YouTube videos and seeing me pop up. And I'm really tired of coming to you every time I get a thought. But I only come when I have a thought that I think is worth the time, yours and mine. I want to talk to you a few moments about the commonalities of life, which is an expression, really, that signifies the intent, the purpose. There are many who believe in the Big Bang Theory, and they don't believe in a lot of commonalities. There are those who believe in evolution and have proven to some degrees that certain types of evolution exist. But there's still this great big challenge, and I just want to share with you the commonalities of things. Ladies and gentlemen, as I see it, and as many of you have been taught to see it, whether you discard it now or not, at one time you did. And that was a belief that man exists through intention. He was designed to exist. And in so doing, it is an expression of intelligence. Look at it this way, ladies and gentlemen. An earth, something that we call earth, exists. You can look through the dictionary and you'll probably find a variety of meanings for earth. But you'll come up with something that common among those beliefs, statements, and that is that humankind can walk on it and can live on it. And there are a lot of other things living that's on it and in it. And you know, we had nothing to do with the building of that. And that didn't come from a big bang. Your human limited intelligence will let us know that didn't come from a bang. We've seen some eggs crack. And you think about all of the things that are visible that can be recognized by human senses that's on the earth. Water. Ooh, a lot of it. And when we see the things growing upon the earth, we recognize names for them, but we know that most of that we had no hand in. We think about what's in the earth. All of that resources that we now know that are usable by humankind to do the things that humankind determine are important to them. All in the earth. All kinds of minerals. All kinds of what we call precious jewels. All kinds of fuels, everything that it seems is just there in the earth, put there, not by a bang, but by intelligent design. For what purpose? For the purpose for which it is being used. My. That's something. And now let's think about us, human beings. We know we didn't bring ourselves here, so even in our families, we didn't bring ourselves here. As far as we know, we didn't play a role. And so humankind being on this earth didn't come from humankind. It came from another power. Another power. And that power, I'm sure, not only put a human here, but more humans. And then made it possible so that a process could be employed whereby humans could design a choice of when they wanted offspring, how many, and then granted pleasure in the process. That's by design, not a bang. That's by design. And it's common amongst all human beings. And not only that, every living creature that is able to reproduce itself does so in the same fashion or something so close to it. By bang, no. by human design. And then we think about, as we look at the many people, and we think about all the other things that's common. So what else is common amongst these people? Humans. We know we all need air, we need oxygen, we need water, we need food. Just to survive, we need clothing and shelter to protect ourselves from the elements. We need education so that we can expand the gifts which we have been given, to be better at whatever it is that our motivation, our drive pushes us to ascertain out of the great givings of the Creator. We've been designed to do that. So that everybody could play a role, could play in the process of creating those things which are common amongst us, which are food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care. The divine has made it possible so that those things which we all require can have them, because each of us play a part in the process of creating it. And the reward is the joy in being a part of that great satisfaction, not only of others, but that satisfaction of your own. That's the commonalities of life. When we were put on this earth, human beings, we were put on this earth to do just that. To use the gifts, to extract from the resources what we require, based upon that motivation, based upon that drive, based upon that ability to reach out, to reach outside of the box and command that which we don't even see to be. Not just in words, but in the activities that we indulge. And lo and behold, you see a continuation of the expression of God. This, my friends, is life. You don't get this from a Republican. You don't get that from a Democrat. You don't get that from government outside of this for which I have just expressed. Now, every nation on the face of the earth, including the United States of America, has gone away. And every government on the face of the earth only exists because the people support it. If the people stop supporting it, that government would not exist. Now, that doesn't say that a new government would come in that's any better, because the government that you receive only reflects the goodness or the lack of goodness of the people it represents. So if you want what I just got through talking to you about, you have to have a renewing of your mind. You have to cast off all of that stuff that is founded on the principle that destroyed this what I just talked to you about. Do you know what caused it? It was a lie. Some lie started by something or someone that suggested that some people were better than others, more deserving than others. And in order to meet these needs, you had to exploit the others so that you could have now what they are lacking, which made you, in your eyes, and what you're trying to present to them, your greatness. And having done these things, and people started catching on and started doing the same things, you made laws and rules and regulations that would prohibit others from doing what you yourselves have done, under the penalties of jail and imprisonment and even death. And this is how people allowed themselves to get caught in this trap. Now they're doing what they never would have done except by force. And they know that they want to live, because the true story and the end of the story they're not familiar with. It has not been taught. And anybody who tries to give that message forward are killed, here again putting fear in those who were observing, because deep in their hearts they do not want to die. They want to live forever. Forever. And I don't see why. When you look at old people and how they've been abused in this country, I don't see why. But the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. That power exists because the people allowed it to exist. And this is why some special people, and I call them special because they took it upon themselves to do what others wouldn't do. They came on this earth and they said, yes, all of these things that exist are from the Father. But the methods that it has been brought forth and what is exacted in order for you to use it is not of the Father. And so for me, who is connected to the Father, I reject all of this. And I do this not only because it's good for me, but because it is good for humankind. And if you are killed, and I tell you, you might get killed, but I'm not going to put you out there if I'm not willing to do it myself. So I'll go to the cross first, so you'll know that I'm not playing games with you. This is all real. And if I'm laying my life on the line and I come back and show you that I'm alive, then why wouldn't you trust the power of all creation? But you, the human beings of the United States of America, because of the way you have been brought up, because of what you know, you're going to choose between a Republican and a Democrat and some others. But you're going to end up with someone who will make the system either worse or keep it like it is. And you will suffer, every last one of you. And you will be blaming the government and those others when every last one of the humankind are responsible. If you're not out there championing the change that puts your life on the line every day, and I'm not talking about taking lives. See, only evil takes lives. Let me say that again. Only evil takes lives. See, in taking life, this is a part of the process of being God. Of being God. But for those who know the real God, allow vengeance to be the Lord's, and you to be instruments of love. Now, if you got a message out of that, good. If you didn't, you weren't supposed to. So next time, Eddie Marcus saying, Commonalities of Life.